We are going to start with that chaos and the fallout. And there's so much of it from the Jacob Blake shooting that there is so much collateral damage here beyond the fact that poor Jacob is paralyzed from the waist down and no answers yet on why this cop shot him 7 times in the back. But there were 3 kids inside that car and they are desperately needing help.
Yeah, you can imagine Jacob Blake's kids being there up so close and seeing this happen to their father. You can imagine there are long-term ramifications for them, and it's something the family is dealing with right now.
You know, Charles, when we had Ben Crump on while you were away, and you know, Ben rightly said that we're not talking about short term, we're talking about lifelong issues these kids are going to have. Remember, it wasn't just seeing their father getting shot 7 times. These bullets were flying inside a car that they were in. Beyond terrifying, beyond horrific. These kids need help.
Yeah, they're going to need help for a long time. I mean, the family right now is evaluating 2 different options, either a therapist or a therapy team, and just 2 different options as far as like the organizations that they're going to be working with. But they have begun the process of trying to figure it out. One of the things that Jacob Blake's father talked about at the most recent press conference was the fact that the kids are like stuck right now. Like they just don't understand why they keep asking, why did the police shoot my dad? Like, why would they do that? They can't even like process what happened and why it happened. And the family, they want to get them help sooner than later because they know that this is just not going to get better. The kids have not seen their dad in the hospital. They have not even FaceTimed him because, as you can imagine, that also would be traumatizing for them as well. So I think right now the family is just trying to kind of come in to help them. You can't even help them understand what happened,
right.
But I guess try and comfort them as much as you can right now. And they know that they need to use therapy to do that. So they've been in talks with some people to figure that out.
Well, Lauren, I think you made such a good point there that this is not about help as much as it is comfort, because it's so hard to help in a situation like this and explain it because it's hard for adults to explain and understand.
Right. Yeah, the kids want answers that much of the country wants answers to, and we're not getting the answers, and obviously they aren't either. At this point, you're right, comforting them is probably the best they can do for now.
My name is Serenity. I'm from Illinois. I strongly feel like kids shouldn't have to see their parents get shot like that. It's unfortunate that they have to go and get therapy because our cops do not know when and where to hold their fire. It's very unfortunate, but you know, it's for the kids. You know, the kids are our future, and we have to make it right for them.
Yeah, and it really does show just, you know, the ripple effect of how this affects so many people. A couple of other things to talk about. The Wisconsin Department of Justice came out with a statement that they were in the process of trying to arrest Jacob Blake, and they said he told the police that he had a knife. He was in possession of a knife. Now, they go on to say the knife was on the floorboard of the car. He never made it to the floorboard. He was not armed with anything
at the time he was shot.
And so it's confusing. Why would he say, yeah, I have a knife, if, you know, beforehand, if he didn't have the knife?
Yeah, it's unclear to me where he would have had the opportunity to say that, unless it's just walking around the car. He said it.
That was a 2 seconds, Charles. That was literally, I mean, you see him like walk to the car and it's over. So, you know, I don't know. And why, it just is odd. Why would he say, I have a knife, when the knife's inside the car? He's not even close to it. Anyway, something else with the sheriff, Charles.
Yes, the Kenosha County Sheriff, David Beth, had a news conference back in 2018. It seems like he's having a general conversation about crime levels and how it should be handled, at least he feels, in his county. But listen to the way he speaks about, clearly, people of color. And it is really disturbing, and quite frankly, it just sounds really racist.
There's some people that aren't worth saving. We need to build warehouses to put these people into it and lock them away for the rest of their lives. Let's put them in jail. Let's stop them from truly, at least some of these males, going out and getting 10 other women pregnant and having small children. Let's put them away. At some point, we have to stop being politically correct. And I don't care what race, I don't care how old they are. if there's a threshold that they cross, these people have to be warehoused. No recreational time in the jails.
So, Charles,
it is.
He says no matter which race. This was a news conference about, I think, 5 black teenagers and adults. And boy, when he says, I don't want to be politically correct, I don't know how else.
Right. Exactly when you say these people, and I get he tried to cover it up saying, no matter what race, but you're right. It was what the news conference was about.
It says a lot.
The only thing I would say, it is so brazen, but I will say this, at least he was honest and I don't think he meant it this way in describing what prisons have become. It's just a warehouse. We should just build warehouses for people. It just...
Yeah, the problem is he seems to like the concept of a warehouse rather than understanding how cruel it is.